Brodes Media.
All right, let's get to one of the biggest topics that were flying around Eagles land today. That is Jalen and AJ and what they decided to do in the fourth quarter at midfield. No. Way in on the Green Bay side. Fourth down, game on the line, putting them in a position, though, for a field goal if you happen to screw up. And what's being reported is Jalen and AJ went rogue. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. And yes, there was a history of them doing something previously with Nick Sirianni dying on the sword. And I'm not here to tell you that there wasn't a potential change at the line of scrimmage or acknowledgement at the line of scrimmage. But there's no way in hell, if the call was don't snap it, try and draw them off sides. If we don't, we lose some yards, we punt it, and we win. If that is the strong stance and the strong call from the head coach, I don't think the reaction on the sideline would be him speaking into a microphone, right? Just going, why or what? He would have a look of Richard Sherman in the Super Bowl. Right now, we can all visualize it. That's how crazy and ridiculous of a disgust face Richard Sherman made. Malcolm Butler, interception, Seahawks at the goal line. Put your dreams away. You ain't getting that trophy. If I told Jalen Hurts the plan to punt the ball and him and AJ threw that pass and gave Green Bay the ball back, that is such a level of disrespect, it's not even funny. That's the complete opposite of winning football. That's loser football. That's losing football. Is that really what Jalen Hurts is? What I feel went down is Nick Sirianni wanted a play. They wanted to go for it. They wanted to be aggressive. And Jalen and AJ, with the mindset of we're going to snap this football, liked a certain coverage and linked up. But that's not going rogue. That's two guys noticing a certain coverage and wanting to take a shot. And that's what quarterbacks do. That's playing the quarterback position. That's what you do on an every snap basis. It's just what football is. And if it wasn't the latter and it was the first situation I brought up, then we have to have a whole different discussion on who Jalen Hurts is and who's Nick Sirianni to allow his guys to run all over him like that. That's bad. And one thing that's scaring me into maybe believing there's a small percent chance it was the first scenario is the way Nick Sirianni responded after the game. And I'm not here to tell you he should have done anything different. He did what he was supposed to do. But it was so over the top, it's hiding something. Because I feel if a coach did want to be super aggressive. Now I'm playing the other side and I'm debating myself. Now I'm debating and playing devil's advocate as the side that I don't even necessarily agree with, but I do Detective Brodes. How are we always in Detective Brodes? I can never just be in enjoyable mode Brodes. I can never just be, oh, this is great. Well, the last Super Bowl run was pretty damn good. But I want it again. Okay, I'm hungry. I'm starving. Shove it. I want to eat it. What was I saying? I don't know. I'm making stupid jokes. It's throwing my whole show off. Oh, no. Did they do it? Did they do it? Because they were trying to flip off Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni. There's another situation for Detective Brodes. Do they hate KP so much and they think it's so flawed that they're trying to backstab people involved? I don't know. No. I'm just being stupid, but I'm just throwing things out there. But Nick Sirianni clearly took all the shots. And it was a little weird the way he intensely took the shots. but I don't want him to do anything else. He did the right thing. But you could do the right thing and it still smell funky. There was something fishy about it, because I think most people would self-reflect, and if they could just be open and honest on what it was, you go, you know what? Listen, I need to be better there. I need to be better there. You just acknowledge it, you move on, and it is what it is. But that one, no, I'm not moving off this stance, motherfucker. Why? And Devontae even post-game, by the way, mentioned 1-11. 1-11. I trust 1-11. So he said something post-game with SVP, as people pointed out. And actually, the first time I heard anything close to this was with Seth Joyner on the WIP morning show, on the morning show. Because he said he caught the glimpse of the broadcast with Nick. And I didn't actually see it after the game. I jumped right into the studio and I started to let it fly. And I guess it happened in the game before I did that. But, I missed it. For whatever reason, I didn't catch it. And he was thinking, and his theory was, analytics might have said to go, even though there's a lot of analytics that debunk that. But maybe Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie's wild, insane number game that they put a lot of resources and a lot of money and a lot of cash into analytics. What if Nick Sirianni didn't want to do it? It took him a while to get to the podium after the game. Maybe he was having some conversations, and then he died on the sword. That was Seth's theory, and that was early in the morning before any of the kerfuffle, if that's even the right word. Is it kerfuffle? We'll monitor the Jalen AJ thing, because see, some fans are now trying to tie this into a positive, meaning, look, Jalen and AJ don't hate each other. They're actually on the same page. How ironic. Let's smile, hug it out. And because everybody hates Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni for the abysmal offensive performance and what it's been so far this year, they're sort of proud of the two guys uniting and saying, we don't respect what you do. And I think that's a little ludicrous. I don't think it's that. I don't. A simple way to put it, and then we'll move on. They wanted to run a play to be aggressive. It just wasn't that particular play. Jalen and AJ saw something at the line. It didn't work. Nick wanted a different play. Because at that point, you got to stand your ground as a head coach and realize there needs a price to pay. You have to pay a price. No, I can't do anything. They have to pay a price for a situation like that. That's not some ho-hum thing. And maybe they do take care of it behind the scenes. None of us ever know. The team knows, and the coaches will drill them. Because I got to imagine, if it's that level of egregious, it's a whole new discussion, fellas. I mean, I can't even express to you the level of discussion that opens up.